Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean. Here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A man is killed this morning in St. Thomas. Problems at Golden Grove once again. And you're already beautiful. Just add a touch. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a man was shot and killed early this morning in the Annis Fancy area of St. Thomas. We understand a high-powered weapon could have been used in this 22nd homicide this year. St. Croix has 12 homicides and St. Thomas has 10 murders so far this year. Police are talking to someone of interest. Details are still sketchy. We will bring you more information as it comes to us at Channel 8. And if you have any information on this crime, call Crime Stoppers immediately at 1-800-222-TIPS or dial 911. And in other news, there are problems at Golden Grove Prison once again. First, News Channel 8's Wes Small is with the mother of a prisoner who has apparently been beaten by correction officers.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are at Golden Grove Prison. We do have a couple of stories to talk about here, but the first one is this woman's son. This is Linda. And she called me yesterday pretty urgently that her son was beaten by correction officers.
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
All right, tell us the story.
Okay. On the 6th of April, I got a visit from a prison guard over to my house at Aridias, telling me that I need to move my son from PC. I asked him, why do I need to move my son from PC when...
What's PC?
Protective custody. I asked him, why do I need to move my son from protective custody? Because protective custody is where you're supposed to be protected and nothing's supposed to happen to you or go wrong. He told me that they had a head count. My son was in the line. He forgot something in the room. He went into the room. 3 prison guards, and they know who they be, rush into the room, slam me against the wall, tell him that he need to put his hand out for handcuff. He asked them why he need to get handcuffed. They apparently forced him and got him to get on the handcuff. Then they dragged him to a desolate room where they beat him, kick him, pull his hair. And apparently another prison guard was there asking them, what are you doing the boy? What it is are you doing the man in there? Apparently they realized that somebody knew what was going on and they actually stopped beating him and carried him back to his room. On the 7th, which is the day after, I called Mr. Wilson's office, the Attorney General office, the director of prison, and I told his secretary what was going on. And apparently, when she called the jail to find out, oh, I don't know if she did. Apparently, however, they got the news. They rushed into my son's room. They took my son for medical first. And they said that, oh, he was all right. But somebody told me he was limping. He couldn't walk good because of the beating that the 3 guards put on top of him. 2 hours after, they rushed back into the room. They searched his room. Apparently, they say they found a cell phone and a weapon. Later on that evening, they put him down in the hole. So now they're using the cell phone and the weapon, like they say they find, against him and making it look like that's why he got a beating. You understand? Now, this is my thing here. If you put your children or your child, whether they be 37, 38, 39 years old, and you ask for protective custody because other inmates in there might want to kill them or do them wrong, why is it that the prison guards them have to be a threat to the inmates? Why is it they do my son what they do him? And now lying about it and trying to make it look that it's because they find a cell phone and a weapon is why they do it. I called the prison and I asked to speak to the warden, which the warden was not there. A gentleman there told me that there is standard policy. I said, what do you mean by standard policy? Beating up a man handcuffed and challenging him to fight is standard policy? How that could be standard policy? That's advantage. And this has been going on for a long while with these same 3 prison guards that keep harassing my son. And I keep complaining them all the time, and nobody doing nothing. So now they have him down in a hole now, and the next thing you know, they're going to look to handcuff me and probably pump me a shot of kerosene or something and then say he's gone crazy. But I don't want to hear that. I'm telling all you now. I don't want to hear that as a mother. I don't want to hear that. You understand? When I try to talk to the officers them in here, they're telling me they don't know what's going on in the other unit down there. This is a prison running here. You're supposed to know everything what's going on inside of the prison. You understand? Not you as a prison guard or whoever it is, and they know who they is, like I said. Leaving their house and coming here and acting like they got big children to deal with. Because I never put my hand on my son. And I don't want nobody putting their hand on top of him. I understand if you do something wrong and out of place, yes, he need to be under restrictions or whatever, but don't go beating up my son like that there and think you're going to be just like that there. You understand?
Did you go to the Attorney General?
I tell the officers them I going to go to the Mr. Wilson. They turn and tell me Mr. Wilson is not their boss. He can't tell them what to do. You understand? So they're doing what they want to do behind there with people children. But I'm going to tell you, as a mother and as parents who have people who have inmates behind here, that I need to look out for the inmates them inside of there, because the governor seems to think that is the inmates them is the one that giving the trouble, and he need to ship them here and he need to ship them there and everywhere. When you look, it's the prison guards them is the problem down here. They need to replace some of these prison guards and put them where they belong. You understand?
Who is it that you were telling me that you didn't want this to come to the media? Who didn't want you to bring this to the media?
When I talked to the people in the Attorney General office, that actually didn't want me to come to the media. But from true America's friends and stuff like that, they tell me go to the media. You understand? I know nobody ain't gonna do nothing, and they're probably gonna go down there and take more advantage of him like they're done doing right now.
All right. Wow. Well, there you have that story at Golden Grove. I'm Wes Small for News Channel